Hey everyone, let's do this again. Why do you feel less force is a more effective way to change than pushing yourself? Okay, good question. I would say less force requires less energy, and we all have limited amounts of energy. So to do things in the most efficient way is always going to be the most sustainable way. And if you're fighting against yourself, of all people, you've really created a weird, you've made things hard, right? So you got to just let things unfold sometimes. And if you're turning your life into a chore, well, I can do this if I just this, and then you're fighting against it, but you're working really hard to do it all the time. You're exhausting yourself. You're turning the joy of life into a task. You're turning the experiences that can just be enjoyed into like things to get done. You're taking all of the coulds and turning them into shoulds. And that kind of pressure will weigh you down. It's exhausting and it's very rarely sustainable. So there may be a time and place for force in your life, but you might be surprised how few and far between those are. And in order to really have the energy, the bandwidth to use that force, you've got to not be using it everywhere else. So the more, people say you got to pick your battles, and I think that's really apt. So pick your battles. And you can't be fighting everyone, you can't be fighting everything, and you certainly shouldn't ever be fighting yourself. It also turns out that when you don't try, you tend to be the most effective, right? So if you have to give a public speech, for example, you try really hard to speak well, it's going to be terrible. And yet you know how to talk. You do it all the time. So when you don't try, it's pretty easy. And this is true of all things. If you play sports, if you play music, if you play anything where your body and your brain kind of just know what to do, you're fine as long as you don't get in your own way. So I would say that when you use less force, you're not getting in your own way. You're just letting things happen, and your brain and your body know how to make that happen in an effective, non-draining, potentially fun and playful way. So that is why I think less force is more effective. And no need to push yourself unnecessarily. There's no shoulds here. There's no outcome that has to be. There's no reason to think that we're a failure if we don't accomplish something that we had hoped that we would. It's just bringing these things down to the path and seeing what happens next. So I appreciate you asking. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you back here next time.